This is ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Cohn, and welcome to ABC 7 at 7. Topping our news tonight, we all love new and cool technology, especially on our smartphones, right? Want to find a great downtown restaurant? There is an app for that. Want to find out the weather when you get there? There's an app for that. Want to pay for your parking because up until now it was free? Well, there will be an app for that. Today, an advisory board agreed on a plan to install as many as 500 parking meters on Gulfstream Avenue and Main Street. An app-based technology would allow drivers to pay for and monitor their parking on their phones instead of relying on kiosks. Downtown business owners worry meters could deter customers from coming to the area, but the city argues it could increase turnover and actually help businesses.
It just, deterring the people to come downtown. It's just not good for business.
We'll make sure that there's always spaces available on their block, and that's the key to getting customers on the sidewalks and in their stores.
City commissioners still need to give approval for the plan. No word on how much it will cost to install the meters. The Gulf Coast Community Foundation is planning to sell more than 300 acres of land in Venice that was intended to become affordable housing. The property is now on the market for $24 million. According to the foundation, plans for the housing never got off the ground because the land was purchased just before the Great Recession in 2008.
We feel like we should let professionals do this. So if someone wants to take on the mantle of the previous Bridges development, that would be fantastic.
Venice's mayor suggested using the location for a new police station at one time. That plan was also turned down. Kids, if you live in Manatee County, you might not want to hear this, but go to sleep. It's a school night. Classes resume in the district starting tomorrow. Teachers finished final preparations today, and they have a new tool at their disposal this year. Teachers will now be able to videotape their classes using a technology called Mana Teach. Up to 2 minutes at a time can be recorded and uploaded to the district's YouTube channel.
We want to allow people in the community to go inside our classrooms to see what teaching and learning looks like in the 21st century, and we think this is a great way to do it.
I think it's a great opportunity for the community to see what students are doing in class and what the teachers have taught them, and them showing their experience in a video. It brings it all to life.
The district will also have an app available to send information directly to parents and students. School begins in Sarasota County on August 22nd. Manatee County commissioners want to hear from the public about a proposal to change the local noise ordinance. Attorneys met with commissioners today presenting two plans for the ordinance. One would maintain the current standard, which limits noise between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. The other would loosen restrictions, allowing more noise up until 11 p.m. on weeknights and until midnight on weekends. Commissioners will hold a public hearing on the issue. Sarasota County could soon update flood guidelines to match the new flood maps proposed by the federal government. The update would allow residents who now find themselves in flood zones to take advantage of discounts offered by the National Flood Insurance Program. Currently, thousands of residents are at risk of flooding, do not have access to the benefits.
That we will continue to participate in the National Flood Insurance Program. And Sarasota County residents actually receive over $7 million worth of discounts annually through this program.
Updating guidelines could change flood insurance rates for some residents. The county is expected to vote on the measure next month. And talking about flooding, Bob, when is it going to stop raining?
It has been raining for a period from actually Friday all the way through today, and tomorrow still some rain around, but things are improving as we move past it. So Thursday looking a little bit better, Alan. It has been wet, not as wet as it has been on the Big Bend area in Florida and over the Panhandle, but still we've had our fair share of rainfall, some areas exceeding 5 inches of rainfall just over the past couple of days. We'll get a look at the time-lapse Casey Key webcam showing onslaught of showers, clouds, and some thunderstorms at times moving in from the Gulf, kind of pinwheeling around this area of low pressure, which has been slow in getting out of here, but a glimmer of hope right there, that last frame. We're starting to see some breaks in the cloudiness, and not enough for a good sunset, but still a little bit there. And weather headlines, the low continues to drift away from Florida, improving a little bit on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it's back to the basics with afternoon showers and thunderstorms being the rule. Now, as far as the overall radar review goes, you can see still some rain out there in the Gulf, but it's been weakening as it pushes toward the coastline. And you can see the heaviest weather by far inland and near Arcadia, Wauchula, and east of I-75 in Sarasota County. Rotunda getting a few lightning strikes there just to the east of Rotunda. Englewood still some rainfall, but by far the heaviest rain is well to the east of I-75. Light rain still lingering near Lakewood Ranch. Now, this area of low pressure, which continues to spin over the panhandle, you can see it kind of pinwheeling there. It will move off to the west-northwest, and that will improve our weather conditions somewhat. You can see some of the rainfall totals today just there at Longbow Key. 3 inches, 2 inches, about 2 inches right there in northwest Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch, the southern portion of it anyway, over 1.5 inches. Still stormy in the morning tomorrow. South winds for boaters, seas running right around 2 feet. The UV index will stay low. We'll see a little bit more sunshine in the afternoon. And heavy rain is still possible, not as widespread tomorrow. Rain chance dropping. It was 80% today, now down to 60%. And the extended forecast, Alan, does call for less of a chance, but still there, of some storms, and they'll be the afternoon and evening variety. Finally, you get some sunshine, I think, on Thursday.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks a lot, Bob. And still to come, thousands of sea turtles are making nests on Suncoast beaches with record numbers of eggs on our shores. How can we make sure these turtles make it to sea safely? That story when we come back.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
We're in the heart of sea turtle nesting season. Mote Marine says there are more than 4,000 nests on Suncoast beaches right now, with about 100 eggs in each nest. That's hundreds of thousands of hatchlings trying to make it to the Gulf. ABC 7's Adam Cellini reports that's something to be aware of every time we go to the beach.
Every April to October, Christine Gallinopoulos is up before sunrise scanning Anna Maria beaches for the one thing everyone else is told to avoid: sea turtle nests.
You get the exercise, even though you have to be up at sometimes 5 a.m.
Christine is a turtle watcher, one of 86 volunteers carefully trained to spot, mark, and alert Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch to any signs of nesting activity. She's done it 16 years, missing only this season due to a hip replacement.
You realize how important it is to keep, not to kind of mess around with the turtles when they're coming up. I have seen some come earlier, and people look at it and stuff, and so it goes back.
When Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch started 30 years ago, they marked less than 50 nests. This year, over 300 on Anna Maria Island alone, not to mention a record-shattering 2,600 in Sarasota County. That's 3,000 nests, 100 eggs each, an advantage experts say this endangered species desperately needs.
As part of a conservation program, it's really exciting because maybe suggests that we're doing something right.
Perhaps decades of public outreach is finally sinking in. Those visiting our beaches understanding with great relaxation comes great responsibility.
Is it annoying to you?
No, it's too cool.
Jill Schrum and company had no idea what the wooden stakes and tape meant when they came down from Tennessee, so they did some research.
We read up a little bit on it last night, and we realized that you're supposed to be about 15 feet away from them, and then after you leave the beach, you cover all your holes or wherever you've been, so when they do hatch, they don't get confused when they go to the water.
If this were a test, they just aced it. And a few miles north at Cedar Cove Resort in Holmes Beach, visitors are given the answers up front.
Oh, that was the first thing they mentioned, is it's nesting season, and be careful in the evenings to not leave chairs out where turtles could potentially be coming in.
We strictly enforce it. We will not have it any other way. Those chairs must come back up off the beach. It's mandatory with our guests.
Besides filling in holes and dragging furniture away from the shoreline, other tips include avoiding flash photography, shielding any visible light from condos or roads, and for night walkers, using red flashlight bulbs to which turtles are less sensitive.
Try to keep the beaches as natural as possible and try to educate people so that they can keep their part of the beach as natural as possible.
Anna Maria Island set another personal record this year, but it may be cause for concern. 10 false crawls in one night. Turtles who came ashore but turned around before nesting.
That's the highest it's ever been, and there has to be a reason.
Galanopolis worries some visitors are ignoring the most basic rule, picking up garbage, which can also obstruct nesting. Luckily, there's people like 9-year-old Daniela Bascom who will help pick up after their neighbors.
Somebody left their raft around, and then it was just like the poor turtle she didn't have so much space.
With children like Daniela getting the message, the future of the species appears to be in good hands.
We love them and we like seeing them every night.
Reporting on the Suncoast, Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
When we come back, we'll speak to a senior biologist from Mote Marine about how you can do your part to protect our sea turtles.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
And joining us for more on tonight's topic is Krista Mazzarella, senior biologist with Mote Marine Sea Turtle Conservation and Research Program. And Krista, thank you so much for joining us. I guess I'm kind of surprised that we are doing so well in terms of the nests right now, because it was just a couple months ago when we had all this rough weather and we heard about nests being destroyed. I thought that, it would affect the population.
Yeah, fortunately for us, Tropical Storm Colin hit really early in June, which is pretty early in the nesting season, and we only lost about 350 nests. After that, the turtles just went gangbusters and basically they are continued nesting as they normally would through June, July, and August, and we are up to 4,342 nests as of Saturday.
Right down to the last one. How did we get there? Because obviously, you know, we often talk about how these turtles are endangered. Going back years, we were very concerned about that. What did we do right, and how did we do it?
Okay. Well, Mote's sea turtle program started about 35 years ago. We protect the nests. We educate the public that live around the nests and come and visit the beaches where the nests are. And so the nests are protected. The hatchlings are able to come out of the nests without being damaged. And then we're trying to educate people so that they can keep their lights off, fill their holes, and take their beach furniture off the beach so that they don't impact the turtles, and that the mamas can lay their nests and the hatchlings can make it out to the water. Those conservationists 35 years ago are the reasons we're getting these numbers.
And you raise a couple of issues there. Just so people understand and know, what impact do the lights on shore have on this whole process?
So the lights on shore are going to mimic the thing that the turtles are looking for to make it to the water. The turtles are looking for the bright white light of the stars or the horizon, and they're basically going away from shadows. So they're supposed to be going away from the shadows of the palm trees and the dunes on the beach and going towards the bright horizon. And if they see lights that are brighter than the horizon, they're going to go that direction instead. They waste a lot of their time and energy doing that, and that way that's less energy that they have to travel to their destination when the hatchling reaches the water. And the mother turtles are going to have trouble too, because they've been on the beach laying eggs for about an hour, so they could be a little bit out of sorts and need to use that instinct of going towards the light.
And how far back from the beach do you have to be concerned about that?
Really anywhere. The people who are beachfront, if any of their lights are seen from the beach, the turtles can probably see them. In addition to that, we have lighting from inland sources, like any uplights that are shining up into the sky are going to create a sky glow, especially on a cloudy night. So a whole nest of hatchlings could go towards sky glow, seeing a glowing horizon behind them, behind the dunes, based on a city or a village or something nearby.
And could you explain what Adam said in his story, where you see the tracks going halfway up the beach and then turning around? What is happening there?
That's when a sea turtle, we call it a false crawl or a non-nesting emergence. Basically, the turtle goes up and she either starts to nest or abandons nesting altogether before even starting to dig a nest. And that usually happens for any number, there's a lot of reasons. She may not be ready, she may be been interfered with, she may have bumped into something that she didn't want to climb over. There's any number of reasons.
How many cases are you aware of where people are messing with the nests, whether it's deliberately or not deliberately, maliciously or not maliciously?
There aren't that many cases that we have, and we have thousands of nests, but most of the time it's people who are well-intentioned and trying to help the nest, digging into a nest that's when we should basically be letting the turtles do their own thing. They've been doing this for millions of years, so they know how it goes, and most of it's instinctual anyway. But a lot of people are really intending to help. The other occasion is usually when people are out on the beach and they might stumble over a nest, which is, in our opinion, somewhat okay, because we'd rather they stumble over a nest because they weren't using a flashlight on the beach and distracting another turtle further down the beach than not. And then, like, knocking down a stake or two isn't going to damage the nest, and we can fix those in the morning.
And we were talking before we went on the air, sometimes when people are messing with the nest, it's for, you know, innocent reasons. They see the turtles on the top of the nest and want to help them along to the water. They think that they're doing the turtles a favor, but in fact that they're not. Why is that a bad thing to do?
Yeah, that's a bad thing to do because the hatchlings actually need that crawl. They need the crawl to imprint on the beach so that they know in 25 years when they're mature to come back to that beach and lay their eggs. And also they do it so that they can get their arms and legs stretched out. Their flippers need to stretch out. The blood needs to be flowing to the whole body so that they're ready for that swim. They've got a 6-day swim once they hit the water, and we really want them to be ready and not be surprised by just being dropped into the water.
6 days swim to where?
They swim out to what's called the sargassum, which is a type of seaweed that floats on the surface of the water, and that's kind of the environment that they're looking for. So they swim until they find that seaweed line, and that's where they live for several months to years afterwards, traveling with the current, and that's a home as well as a place to feed because they're camouflaged in there, and they can also find small food sources.
Obviously, the species has really come back, but what concerns do you have, if any, right now?
My biggest concern is to make sure that we can get our lights shut off and the trash out of the oceans. Basically, the lights shutting the lights off or getting them shielded so that the beaches look as natural as possible is going to help us out. We have such a huge year for nesting this year that the conservationists did this 35 years ago. These turtles are old enough, mature enough to come back and lay their eggs, and I want to make sure those hatchlings make it to the water.
What about environmental concerns, whether it's trash on the beach or what's in our water?
Mm-hmm. Trash on the beach and trash in the water or any pollutants in the water are going to affect sea turtles because that's where they spend most of their life. Even the tiniest bit of plastic is going to be ingested by a small hatchling or any other wildlife out in the water. So it's best to pick up off the beaches so that it doesn't get into the water and take care of our waterways.
And finally, how far do we have to go before the season is over and the turtles are on their way?
Well, the nesting season is just about ready to end. It's probably going to end at the end of August or maybe a little bit into September, but we're really slowing down now. But hatching is just about to really explode. Hatching has started. We've had several nests hatch already, and that's going to continue until the end of October.
So what out there, what is there for people to see, or should they be out there and watching it? Because obviously this is a wonderful thing to observe, and obviously kids can learn a lot from it.
We don't encourage people to be out on the beaches at night because you could disturb a nesting turtle without even knowing it. And the lights that you would use to get around on the beach may impact turtles further down the beach. So if people are on the beach at night, to keep their flashlights off or possibly use a red light. We'd prefer no lights at all. But then the other thing is just keep your distance from the turtles and let them do what they're doing. If you have a problem with sea turtles where you see them going the wrong way for a long distance, then give us a call. You can call the Mote Sea Turtle Hotline or the FWC number that is on the nest signs, the yellow nest signs.
And we'll have to leave it there. Kristen, thank you so much. I think we all learned something tonight.
Thank you so much.
And Kristen, thank you for joining us. We'll be back with comments from our viewers in just a moment.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Sharks swim team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit sarasotaymca.org/sharks.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family-owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hillary Clinton made her way through St. Pete yesterday, laying out her plans to help create jobs, but she wasn't the only one focusing on the economy. Donald Trump gave his own speech in Detroit. In it, he criticized Clinton's plan as job-killing, tax-raising, and poverty-inducing. Clinton struck back, saying Trump is peddling old, tired ideas that would benefit the nation's wealthiest. And here is what you have to say. Ron Flynn writes, Trump is an experienced businessman, self-financed, who revitalized Manhattan. Hillary is a corrupt politician financed by big business and foreign governments. And Sarah Harper Todd writes, Trump's plan is not a smart one and gives benefits to the wealthy as usual and not to the middle class. I honestly don't think Trump can handle anything well. Well, if you'd like to join the conversation about tonight's topic, just visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/news@7. And that is all the time we have for this evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alan Cohn. Have a great night.